Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also catch me at Facebook on my Facebook page, True Divine, and Instagram and Twitter. It is The True Divine for both of those. I put out as much free content as I can, so any likes, shares, subscribes, and follows, of course, helps me grow what I'm doing here. I put out the content that I do via tarot and just knowings and in future just talks about things that I'm seeing, things that I'm feeling, in the hopes that it helps others, inspires, uplifts, and gives information, forearming, forewarning to others of how to navigate their day, how to maybe look at a situation that they're going through. So I'm out there, I'm putting it out there, so any help along the way to share what I do is greatly, greatly appreciated, and much love to everybody who has stuck by me from the start of me expanding this until now. I appreciate you all so much, more than you know. So this is a reading for the 16th of June 2020. It's the daily energy reading. So I pick up on the energy, play around with the energy, and match that up with the tarot and bring the narrative to you. Of course, with me and any other reader, always use your discernment as to what resonates here. Try not to bring your mind too much into these readings with them being general, because you can manifest things into your life that maybe didn't belong into your life, that you didn't need to face. It was just an insecurity of yours that you brought forth by listening to a general reading that wasn't resonating with you. So for the 16th of June 2020, we've got, as the energies are, as it is to look outside your window, there is confusion. Nature is doing so well. It's looking so beautiful. I'm sure I've got more birds in the garden, more insects. You see, the things are recovering because it's had this break from the enormous strain that we put on the Great Mother, i.e. the pollution that we cause when we are on full force straight ahead. And that positive energy is feeding a lot of people who are willing to uptake that energy and use it in a positive way, very positively. There's people who are rising up to the challenge. There's people who are navigating this storm with class, with purpose and good intent. And then we've got people who are very confused. The planetary alignments have sent them for a spin. Life itself, they've become very complacent in their life, so they're feeling very stuck with where they're at, knowing that they need to be somewhere else, but stuck with where they're at, stuck with the labels that they've accepted, responsibilities or roles. And then we have this very dark energy that wants, not very good things for the collective. So there's a lot to navigate. There's a lot of ups and downs. It has been and will be, continue to be for the rest of this year, a roller coaster. So the first card for the 16th of the 6th is this card, and it is the Page of Cups, Princess of Cups in this deck. So there's this energy for a lot of people that maybe they've gotten lost in their emotions, in that they've been very childlike maybe regarding their emotions, very not using their wisdom to balance the emotions out, and reacting emotionally, reacting in a triggered way to things not going their way or things not flowing their way, messages that may be coming in. There's a lot of creative ways that the mind is making up for people, in this case, of the mind not matching the heart. Because on the other side, I'm just going to do it this way because it makes more sense. On the other side, so bookending the reading with the card in the middle is the Page of Princess of Water, and the page, but in this deck, Princess of Air. And so we've got this battle with the mind and the emotions. And for a lot of people, this isn't marrying up right now. It's not working. They're trying to work the situation in the middle, which is the 10 of Wands, but in reverse. So trying to work the situation out, where in the middle there's this victim mentality, in the middle with this Ten of Wands reversed, there's this victim mentality. There's this putting the blame onto other people, trying to defer the blame, and that catching up with you if this resonates with you, or you might see this happening in a loved one's life or a friend's life or even a foe's life. So there's a fight between what the emotions want, what the heart wants, and what the mind is allowing into the physical reality. And in the middle of that, there's this burden, heavy burden for people, because they feel that they are not living the life they are meant to be living. There's not a balance here. There's the dexterity of the mind on this side, with a readiness to go forward and negotiate and move, like, there's a teachable spirit here, there's a teachable energy here. And then there is the emotions here that want to flow, that want to send messages out, that want to give their truth out, they want to send that forth. But there's something blocking. And blocking in the middle is this burden, responsibilities, roles that you feel you have to live up to, that don't fit where your heart is right now or where your mind is. So it's literally in the middle, like this extinguishing flame of the physical body, and the other aspects of you at either side, the emotional and mental, trying to pull away from that, but being drawn into that like magnets. Sorry, I'm looking down a lot at this reading, so I'm seeing a lot of interaction between the cards. So maybe there's this childlike belief or feeling that you could navigate this and all would be okay. But the fear of facing self, the fear of facing your truth and speaking your truth, turning that around into the 10 upright so that you can put that burden down and move forward, has got you torn. It's got you pulled apart, almost to the point where now you can't see the wood for the trees, but you feel like you've overworked a situation. You don't feel at your healthiest because of this. So the physical in the middle is even, the fire is extinguishing. The physical in the middle isn't fitting right. It's not working right. It's not ticking right. So it may feel that, through the emotions, the emotional strain of not going forward in faith, and not going forward in trust for what you want emotionally, and not being dexterous of the mind enough to manifest your way into the situation that would match these two up, that would bridge these gaps, is causing a physical exhaustion, a draw on the physical health, as well as all the other aspects of self. So this whole reading speaks to frustration of circumstance, frustration of timing, frustration of emotions. And so, but all of this is manifested around you. If this resonates with you today, or you see it resonate in a loved one, so that you can understand them more, maybe you've been led to it for that, in that all of this was made up of trying to navigate not being blamed, trying to navigate not feeling guilty, trying to navigate a way around a situation or situations leading up to this point. This might be a lifelong trait, and it's coming to a head right now because of the energy that's around us. In that, this year wants truth, and in order to do that, it's bringing a lot of lies to the forefront. And so maybe this lying to self, that you could be content, you could be feel safe in this situation, feel sturdy in this situation. This would all be gone if you had been brave enough to look in the mirror and go for what you want, to turn this 10 the right way round, to be able to finally put these burdens down of guilt, responsibility, roles, and stop that tearing apart of self. Being honest about what you want out of life, what you want your life to look like, what you want your life to consist of, and being brave to go forward with that would have stopped all of this occurring at either side of you, to the left of you and to the right of you. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Strength card, would you believe? So a major arcana is asking for fortitude, asking for some fortitude to go forward, some courage and strength to go forward with what you want from the deep realms of you, the deep inside of you, the core of you, where you're drawn to. But it does speak to control of circumstances as well. It does speak to control of circumstances. So maybe you've been trying to have too much control of circumstances and there's been no flow, and now you're left with still being torn apart. So I just wanted to clarify a little bit, and I got the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So there's lots of sort of page energy here, not Knight, sorry, Page of Wands. So there's lots of page energy here. So an immaturity level on all aspects of passion, of the emotional intelligence and the intelligence of the mind that's been put into these situations that you found yourself torn in now. Now the Page of Wands comes in, and over this 10 of Wands in reverse, this Page of Wands speaks to a changing of wants, a changing of passion, a changing of drive. But this Page of Wands isn't afraid to go forward and go for what he truly desires, go for what he truly wants, what truly reflects him, what fires him up, what gets that fire going, what really ignites him. And when that is done, when that bravery is put into play, all of a sudden you go from being torn to the Ace of Pentacles, to this new start, to these flourishing new beginnings. And that promise is there. On the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. So it's about going forward to you. What are you passionate about? What were you passionate about that you've let extinguish? What is it that is tearing you apart? Move away from that and go forward towards what really fires you up, what really gets you going, because that's where not only the blessings for all of your emotional and mental well-being are, but also the physical manifestation of living your truth, in that the promise of this Ace of Pentacles, this new start in the material, new gain, new wealth. Now the Knight, then, having been brave enough to edge your foot out as the Page, if this resonates with you and this is in your situation, all of a sudden on the bottom of the deck you get promoted up to the Knight very, very quickly, because you've been brave enough to face yourself and trust and go with what you are passionate about, going with what fires you up, and that's what brings in from the heavens. This is from the heavens, from like the Four of Cups. It's a gift from the heavens to reward just being truthful to self, just going forward and be truthful to self. So if that resonates with you, it's a difficult position to be in, but it's only as difficult as you make it. And the longer you stay in a victim mentality, or trying to avoid blame, or trying to subdue or go around subjects rather than facing them, the longer it is uncomfortable. As soon as you flip that around and can look at self and be honest with self about what you want, what really fires you up, what really gets you going, whether that be people, things, job, everything, all of the above, then all of a sudden that just the problems extinguish very, very quickly. As quickly as they would appear, they're extinguishing because there's no space in your mentality for them. So if that resonates with you, I hope that you can find your truth. I hope that you can find your path, your power, and your fire, and go forward for it, because now more than ever, we all need to be living our truths so that we can feed that into the collective and help that change happen, that reset happen in the way that we mostly, on the whole, would all want to see and experience a truthful, more real, more personal, more compassionate reality, where we can build our worlds, where we can be free to experience our worlds the way we want to experience them. So for now, if you would like a private reading, you can get one with any of the details above or below this video. I think some of might be above on Facebook. Also energy workout sessions, spiritual guidance sessions, anything and all of the above. You can catch me with any of the details that you'll find in the description. Much love, be balanced, be whole as always. I'll see you soon. Mwah.